No, this is my
seconds.
prediction.
Well,
This is my
you're meant to be
prediction. It's my
gone.
prediction.
Go away.
Yeah, okay.
This is my part. I got to complain because you're not here. Complain about the guy that's still here. Unbelievable. All right. Hello, guys. Welcome to the Wardy Show. This is how we usually cast things. Less analysis, much more just looking at what the hell's going on, sometimes missing everything that's happening in the game. This is what we like to call casual StarCraft. Not the try-harding StarCraft that Hearthstone brings to the table. So, welcome to the casual StarCraft for the next apparently 6+ minutes while you eat a banana. And like, this guy's crazy. You guys know I eat bananas on stream while casting usually. Like, if I have a banana, I would just eat it while I cast. I'd just be like, whoa, this is a really interesting initial pro block from Classic, who is now on the other side of the map. Take a bite. Chew, 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 swallow. So Solo has to take this base over here. And, wow, Classic with the gateway and a simulator coming up. Interested to see what he might do in this game. Take a bite. Chew, 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 chew a little bit longer. Nothing exciting going down. Really make sure I chew properly so I'm not going to choke. Now, the most interesting thing in the game right now is to watch this probe, so we'll just... you don't need to go off on, like, a 7-minute break to eat a banana, guys. That's all I'm saying. Ay, ay, ay. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. There's one chewy banana. Well, yeah, I'm trying to, like, visualize how many chews it takes to chew a banana. I don't really know if it's that many, but... I'm just... I didn't want to be like, take a bite, chew, chew, and then everyone's like, wait, you just swallow your banana whole? So, You chew bananas. You gotta chew bananas a little bit, no? You can't just take a bite and just swallow it. That's not good for you. Pretty sure. Always chew your food. Didn't realize you have to give life advice in the game. Wow, you are not 6 minutes at all.
No, I went very fast.
Well,
I found the banana instantly.
And
then I was like, okay, whatever.
Wow, I've literally talked about eating a banana for the last 2 minutes. You've missed nothing.
I used to be a huge banana fan, but now I don't like them anymore.
You don't like them?
No.
I go through
There's
phases.
so many fruits that are significantly better. I told you, I've been getting into canned fruits a lot.
Yeah, you did mention this last time.
Yeah, so I got peaches. I got these ones that, like the pineapples. I got cherries this week for the first time. They're not canned, but jarred. They kind of suck, to be honest. Yeah, jarred cherries not good. And I got do you call them lychees?
Oh, I love lychee.
The white ones. I'm a huge fan of them as well.
I've never actually
canned, pretty good.
I've never actually eaten a lychee on its own, but I like lychee like fruity and stuff. So.
Yeah, they're delicious. I always buy them in the shop when they have them, but they almost never have them. There's like certain periods in the year when they have them, I buy a lot of them. They're not that expensive in those cases.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very cool. Yeah, lychee is a good flavor.
If you have all of like these delicious fruits that you can eat, why the hell would I settle for a freaking banana?
What do you call
what I mean?
What do you call a lychee?
A lychee?
Yeah, what do you call it? Because you say you call it a lychee, so...
I wasn't sure about the pronunciation.
I think in Europe they say lychee a lot.
Yeah, I thought something like this.
Yeah, I had this in Poland.
Lychee, if you're French, maybe.
Lychee.
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 Yeah. Is that the French or something wrong with them? Guaranteed they have some weird stuff going on there. Okay. Classic's coming in with the double adept. Nice movement so far. Yeah, he's really good at this stuff, man.
Yeah.
There was a while when Hero and Max Specs would always get like 16, 17 kills with their oracles. No one does that anymore, but I really think Classic has the best control in Oracle Adept right now, at the moment. Maybe, I'm not sure if he's better than Hero, but I'm super impressed with it. Like, he is very, very careful and almost always gets something done.
He's definitely up there in terms of getting stuff done. It's been great to see Classic. He's been consistently very strong lately. And definitely getting some results recently too. Been great to see that for him. Yeah, he's genuinely a challenger in this upcoming EWC, man. He's going to be a big player to watch for, no doubt.
Yeah. We've been in like I'm not sure if it's a prisoner's dilemma, but kind of, with the birds. So we have an apricot tree that's been bearing fruit for the first time. But what happens now is that if we leave the apricots too long, the bird will snatch him.
Right.
And if we pick them too early, they're gonna be, you know, not tasty at all. But at least the bird won't get it.
So you either have bad taste in apricot or you have no apricot.
Yeah, and I don't even like apricots. Yet now I'm busting my mind over this issue.
That's rough. I don't know what to say. What do you reckon farmers do when they're growing like fruits and birds?
Shoot the birds.
They shoot the birds.
Shoot the bird.
Damn, that's brutal.
Yeah, or they have like a hawk or something like that, you know, to eat the birds. Scarecrow. They also have fake birds sometimes. Like I live near farms, as you know, and they have like the fake birds that are like scarecrows, I guess. Crows? Scarecrows. Not crows. Crows.
Scarecrow. Is this exactly what you thought Classic was going to do? It is, isn't it?
He's been playing this exclusively. So the correct response against this is a medium link count into, I think, high drone. And then I believe that Hydra Link Bane is pretty powerful for 75 workers against this. Have you seen the GSL final?
The GSL final? No, I haven't actually. I didn't get custom games yet.
Okay, I won't spoil it then.
I mean, you can tell me. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to
No,
cast
it's fine. It's fine. It's
Okay.
it's not dangerous.
Well, maybe I'll cast it tomorrow then.
Please do.
Okay.
It's good games. Actually good games. Exciting as well. Yeah, Solar's gonna go for 71 drone. I think it's gonna just be pure Link Hydra here, no? Could also add Roach in the mix. Like first Hydras and then Roaches.
Okay. Well, I was sitting here chilling for the moment. The Oracle activates for a couple of Zerglings. It's going to be helping to push those back in the center as the Hydra's going to be accompanied by Lings, and Solar is making a good few units as Classic gets ready to crash with some Stalkers as well. Get those gathered together and has the potential to get across the map. With his Prism popping, he can reinforce the other side now as well, so there's that option coming through.
So, ooh. I think Classic might be going for his trademarked Storm Stalker push. Not a huge fan of this against what he's playing against, because all he really needs to do against this is defend and not die. If he gets like caught in the middle of the map, then that would be a pretty big deal. If he sees the lack of a fifth base here on the right, he might just decide to go back home and add like 12 cannons or something. That could be a possibility. For now, he's just going to be pushing in forward. Hydra Link's going to come in with a flank here. Decent couple of storms, but this is pretty scary right now for Classic.
Yeah, the flank is very nice, and he loses a lot Classic initially. The Hydras put some good damage out. The Archon will not morph in. And then you're going to get reduced to pretty much just purely Stalkers here, and the Hydra count is still very good and good enough to keep on pushing through for the moment, and is going to push a lot of those Stalkers out of here. Nicely done.
Yeah, I like this build generally, but there's probably some things you need to confirm first. Maybe a fifth base, but definitely gas count on the fort, as well as seeing what the tech is like, a layer or hive on the way. Because if you're fighting against someone that's on layer tech, I think it's never really a good idea to go for this. Like, it's either going to be Hydra Link Bane or a Hydra Link or a Hydra Roach attack, right? And that's not really what you want to attack into majority of the time. You want to play defensively against that. You can use the Prism for counterattacks. It's not the end of the world for Classic. His Stalker count is still okay. He has a bunch of Templar out, and his fort base is going to be mining soon, but it is going to be tricky.
We'll see what he can get done in these next couple of moments, as we just have the Link Hydra gathering, and Solar is starting to step onto the map. Obviously, Classic has new High Templar and new Storms ready. It's still going to be tough for Solar to really come across and do much, right? Like, he has a lot of army supply, but he needs to really try and find a wraparound with it, and where he's positioned right now, that is just not happening, so it's going to be Classic. Maybe can't really run that far forward, but I don't know if Solar can come forward either. That might just push us to
we
a
do
next
have
stage
a
of the
mass
game.
drop in the main base, though. For both players, really, there's going to be quite a bit of damage. Recall is available for Classic, so it's going to get back into that main. There's a couple of Templar there. Should be fine to deal with this right now. Main base of Solar at the same time is also going to get cleaned up. Only 3 drones end up falling. Zealots are going to get evacuated. As, these Hydras on the low ground, though, get the Prism and the Zealot. That is a real need to get a redrop onto the low ground out of Solar as well on the other side. He's kind of ping-ponging in between, is gonna lose, well, probably both of these Overlords. Temp is now on the way, which is wild against someone that is on lair tech, by the way. Like, that is a move.
That is a move. Results whooping in Hydras and Lings in production. Good storms onto the Hydras. And let's just see the army continue to gather up. Zelda's going to charge through. A couple of Hydras taking damage. Just going to be seeing a couple of storms coming by as well.
I just don't feel like this is going to quite be good enough here for Solar, as there's a couple of storms still available, upgrade advantage as well for the Protoss player, and despite that move out that kind of failed, it feels like Classic has enough here to hold and will win game number 1 on Incorporeal.
Beautiful. Huh? Classic.
Because there's really no threat of a move out when you're playing against Classic. So I think all you need to really confirm as a Zerg is like 530 gases and just any amount of Stalkers, and you can probably get away with like a pretty crazy drone count, I think. That is my theory, is that you can get like 81, 82 drone Hydra Link Bane, and you just go there really fast. I think he'd struggle against it a little bit. I really do think so, because I think it is quite weak against Hydra Link Bane, or quite weak. It is the weakest against Hydra Link Bane, I think, out of all the different compositions that are there. But I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see. Gate, probe coming up. Just gonna see the hatch gas and pool coming through. See what our game number 2 brings us here on Persephone. Between these guys who are so predictable that we already know what to expect. Unless they mix it up. Who do you think has a better chance against Clem in the finals?
I prefer seeing Solar.
Yeah.
Yeah. CVT with Clem versus Solar, I think usually are very fun games.
I feel like Classic.
I think I've seen enough TVP Clem for today.
Well, yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I mean, both players can theoretically take out Clem. I just think Clem is favored against both. Alright, here we go. Classic's gonna open up with the Chrono on the Adept, fast Stargate. And let's see what he can do from here on out. Also check the third phase. There are some small innovations right now being made in the Protoss versus Zerg matchup from the Zerg side. So something that a lot of Zergs have been doing is open third queen before hatchery, and then usually you get 2 more drones before you throw down the hatch, but that's not what Solar does. But yeah, you get that faster queen, makes it much easier to deal with double Chrono to depth. Sadly for Solar, there's no double Chrono to depth, so it's not really gonna be, you know, not that helpful. You need to delay your hatchery a little bit. Double inject, speed on the way, third pylon. One thing, by the way, that Classic, I think at this point is pretty much alone in, is the timing of his third base. He almost always gets second gate still before he gets the third base. And there's no other Protoss anymore at high level that does this. Isn't that crazy?
It's very crazy.
Yeah, I was shocked by it as well. Okay, what do we have here? We have a Adept trying to shade into the natural. It's gonna piss off. Run back. Oracle's gonna run up into the main, but Spore is ready. Natural Spore wasn't ready, by the way. Maybe we could have done something there. Would have been nice. Third base is about to pop out here as well. That's, we don't have any gas mining yet. This is gonna be like the first little decision moment for Solar on to whether he's going to throw down an Evo chamber or if he's planning on going for probably like a faster layer, right? Like this is the first call that you usually make. The hill. What the hell is wall in Classic's natural?
The wall on Classic's natural. It's, yeah, that's a wall off full time. You don't usually wall off like that?
No, I don't. Also, he's building the tech right underneath the Overlord. I almost feel like this is disrespectful, honestly, to Solar. It's like saying, hey, I can show you exactly what I'm doing, which is, by the way, the same thing as I did last game. Good luck, brother. Like, I really hope that Solar makes intelligent calls when it comes to unit production. I don't think these 6 links are an intelligent call when it comes to unit production.
We have ourselves the little bit of pushing being done, damage being made as we'll go back and forth a little bit here. Take a couple moments.
I think Solar might be going for a Roach all-in. Like a +1 Roach Queen type of drop, maybe? He's gonna hit it like at a medium timing off of 66 drones. Oh, never mind, he canceled the Roach Warrant, so it's very unlikely that's gonna happen, Wardy.
Well, I believed it when you first said it.
Yeah, I believed it too, big time.
I
When
mean,
I said it, the Roach Warrant was still building, so...
Yeah, but it was very plausible at first.
Hydras. It's gonna be Hydras. 20 links are out, going straight up to like whatever drone count he wants. So this is pretty close to what I think is kind of correct to play here. Is that you just go to a high enough drone count instantly, and then you just do whatever. Like, you can do pushes, you can go into late game if you want. That's what Rogue did a bunch in the GSL. But the initial high drone count, I think, is actually important, because that's where you're gonna take your lead. Like Classic, he is giving up his ability to be ahead in the mid and in the early stages of the late game. But in return for that, he is getting into the late game. That's his plan, right? He's adding some safety into the mix, but he lacks a lot of aggression in the first 6.5 minutes or so. That is really what he doesn't have, because he's rushing into the storm.
Gets out super quickly, and then obviously is able to really play that power army from there. Solo gets the Spire going this game, so we're going to play the Hydras into a Spire switch. I think that's got potential. Or is that just it feels like a very risky move with the investments that Solo's making with
I love it.
You love it?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy, but it's cool to see. It's not at all what I had expected out of Solar. Like, I wouldn't put him on this ever. So I think that's a good thing to do. Because this is the type of build, if you're Classic, scouting is super important. Figuring out what is happening is super important. So if you're not getting the full info, then life is gonna suck. Oracle's gonna get sniped there at the 3rd base. Lair is being shown right now. Queen movement is good out of Solar. I think, if that stasis hadn't hit the Queen, that Oracle would have been in quite a bit of trouble. There's going to be a fake Hydra link push here, which is also going to be real at the same time, into like maybe 10, 12 mutas or so. Melee upgrades behind this. Do we have a Baneling Nest as well? This looks cool as hell, man. I love the vibe here.
I mean, we got ourselves the Ling's just heading up that right side as well. It's a potential for Solo to start darting around the map if he feels confident for making some of those kind of moves. We'll see if he finds anything in the next few moments as that Prism, Forge, Fleet Beacon all coming online. So we'll see it. We're going to take a few shots. Cannon able to get some hits in. Obviously, just continue to scout around, maybe even looking for a Contaminate if it has the energy. I was thinking about a Contaminate for the future, so... Classic is going to have to play defense because the Ling Hydra is setting up to attack, and we're going to run in from the left-hand side already. Classic has to pull back, and he's going to get jumped on from the right side as well. The Storm's coming in on the right side already. Does catch the Lings in the stages, but now the High Templar are caught by the Lings, and I feel like those Hydras are very healthy still.
Yeah, they absolutely are. With about, what is it, 3k resources in the bank, Solar's gonna win with a push. This is what I was talking about. If you have like a good Hydra Ling or good Hydra Ling Bane timing, it often feels very good if your early drone count is nice. And he did this while waiting to transition into mass muta. Like, he had 3k resources in the bank. If you're dying against someone that has 3k resources in the bank, your build is not safe. Your build is not secure. And I think Solar kind of, he cracked the code over here. He's like, hey, wait a second, this felt pretty freaking decent. I killed your 4th base. I'm gonna add in the 16 Mutalisk right now. I still have 80 workers behind all of this. I'm on 8 gases, which is a huge deal, obviously. Like, another thing here that Solar could have done is done this Hydra Ling push while teching into Hive and going up to Lurkers, right? Because there was so much money available. He just was rich as hell.
Yeah, he had so much money.
Yeah, he pushed with 3k resources in the bank. Legit 1400 minerals, 1500 gas. Like putting zero pressure on a Zerg is an interesting move for sure. And it might work if they're still afraid, but Solar here didn't really play that afraid. Like he went to that high drone number instantly of the 73, 74. Then some rounds of units. Now the mutas are hitting the main base and Phoenixes are being constructed, but loads of probes are going to end up falling. Rocks are going to go down here as well. There are a couple of Templar on the low ground that might help against the Ling Hydra, but Solar's going to get a surround on them. Double Archon Morph, and I do believe that Solar now is busting through as these Hydras take care of the Archons. The final Templars are being taken out. We have a single Storm remaining, but the mutas are absolutely unleashed as well. This is going to be it for game number 2 here, Wardy.
It does seem as though we are going to get to a conclusion, and we are going to have ourselves going to a game 3. Games are delivering today, huh?
Yeah, it's nice.
GG. Very nice. Solar ties it up, showing some aggression at work.
Not a huge fan. I hope Solar can find a way to make something happen here in the early game, because I think that's going to be the big deal. Something that a lot of Zergs have been doing as of late, by the way. Have you seen the Baneling Ling bust of like 55 to 60 drones?
I have.
Yeah. It's been so freaking common like last 2.5 weeks or so. It's been lovely to see. Just hatch stack, 3 gas, +1 melee. You hit it like 620 to 630 with freaking 20 Banelings, 60, 70 Lings, and you just go in. It's like whatever. No matter what the Oracles are doing, you're just going to go in there and you're going to have a blast. Classic is going to get the deny here on the hatch. So that is very nice. Solar's going to get the 16 hatch on the 3rd base location, so that's also pretty decent. Both players are, it's like, this is just what happens. You know, if you go for an instant scout, this tends to be the outcome. Classic is also going to see... What? Do you see that?
No. I'm watching.
He's going to the high ground to check if there's a hatchery down there. Oh, it is in range. Okay, he didn't do it properly the first time.
He just didn't. Yeah, he didn't do it properly, and then he was like, "Wait, what?" And then he double checked and actually moved properly.
Yeah, that's how I didn't know that was possible on this map. I guess you have to walk it like kind of in parallel with the edge to get it perfectly. I didn't know that. It's cool as hell. Neat little trick there. Would have been a shame if Solar had taken the left side base. A minor panic.
Then you would have had to do some moving. Get over there and confirm that ASAP. But I mean, you're in base anyway, right? So.
Yeah.
There's only
not the
some
end of the world.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what our boy Classic is up to though. Gonna be throwing out a gas? No, yes. He played a single gas build as well. I saw him do lately, like the one Prism, one Immortal, Zealot all in. You know, pretty old school. He kind of rotates that in every year or so. He'll do it like 2 or 3 times in a row, and then he'll quit again. Like in different series, he'll do it, and then he'll stop again for a year. He's extremely disciplined when it comes to build order usage, I feel like. Like he really knows when to bring back an old school build.
It's kind of nice though, right? When you can just kind of delve into your pockets of something you used to do and just, like you say, crank it out for a little bit. Maybe not the best in the meta, but still viable enough to bring it in every now and again. That was cool.
I'm a huge fan of that. Absolutely. Let's take a look at that gateway. Is it going to get the second chrono treatment? No, it's not. We're going to get a chrono here on the probes instead. It's not very scary if you're Solar, if I'm being real honest. Solar's just going to be having a blast over here. Says, oh, just a single adept. Whatever, bro. It's going to be just fine. As the adept comes in from a weird angle, though, it's going to potentially cost him a drone. Yep, 1 drone goes down. Adept shades into the natural right now. Going to kind of keep that area going. Second adept is also going to make its way across the map, but I think it will just be too late. I don't think you can actually achieve anything there anymore. It's going to join up right now. This is wild. Speed is finishing in like 20 seconds or so. He wants to go one more time as he's shading away. Second tree now pops out, and that's a lot of damage there on that adept. Metabolic boost finishing up in a couple of seconds. So what ended up dying here? 2 Lings, 1 drone. Honestly, a pretty decent haul.
Yep, not bad at all. As the Oracles will continue to peruse the map. Another one on the way up. The Adept actually going to get picked off. The Oracle activates and missed its opportunity to go after those Lings at first, but will begin to chase after as the Oracles pull back.
Oh yeah.
Towards the top.
He's gonna take the line expansion over here on the third. Double gases. All of this in vision of the Overlord as well.
He just doesn't care, man.
It's one of those things that I think is just that it's genuinely bad, but extremely understandable, right? Because he has so much success. Like if Classic gets to a successful mid to late game, he just wins. Like he just doesn't lose anymore, right? At this point, like his win rate is freaking insane when he survives for the first 8-9 minutes. But as a result, I feel like he's playing overly safe and actually giving his opponents more chances to kill him due to his low eco and like his poor aggression pretty much. Oh no, there's a hole in the wall.
Lings get in, that's going to be a problem. Inst needs some probes try to pull, but the Lings get into the main base are going to be the bigger issue. Forces a warp in. How well can we manage this? As the Lings start to go after a few of those probes. Well,
yeah, and by the way, this is actually going to be something different. We have 3 more gates on the way. It's just a single Twilight as well. Lots of probes are going down. All of this got scouted by Solar. I think it was going to be Glaives, but he hasn't started Glaives yet. Oh no.
Yeah.
Third Nexus is also down, by the way. The Queen's walked over all the way. He's gonna need like a Roadrunner or Baneling Nest, Solar that is, in order to deal with this.
Yep, something that isn't just Lings, basically, is what the Adepts are great at, so... Yep, if you can get that little bit of tech up against this, we should be looking pretty darn good right now. Let's see what happens as the few Lings are going to walk up again. The Stalker going to get hit, will go down. The few extra Adepts warping in once more. Blair and the drone still producing an Extractor coming through. There's the Roadrunner, and that's what we need. One of the things that will help solve the Adept issue that's coming up very, very shortly.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 more Adept Warpins. I think these Oracles dealing so much damage, by the way. Freaking 7 extra work kills. That is huge. Like, it's going to be 15 Adepts. 16 Adepts. That's what this is going to be. With Glaives, most likely. There's going to be 0 Roaches out when this initially hit, but there will be 7 Queens. There is no wall possibility in the natural, unless he starts producing Evo Chambers right about now. Like, this is looking freaking tough for Solar, man. This is looking freaking tough. He's building 3, 4 extra Roaches, but he's going to need like 5, 6, 7 Roaches. Queens can hold the front line for a little bit, but not forever.
Let's see if we can figure something out here as the Adepts are going to be shading up. The 10 Roaches on the way, but Classic with a lot of numbers right now. She's going to be very close to getting rid of a Queen. That would have been a nice start to be able to cut through one of those, as we do have the Adepts now up to the top side. Another Queen going down, Roach going down. Again, just not everything collected together just yet, and the mobility of those Adepts are going to be an issue. Take down the Spore Crawler there, and we're going to jump into the main base, where again, there's still just not enough defense all in one place. These Adepts are going to have a wild time. Very close to just being able to commit onto a bunch of drones as well, I imagine. We'll start to get through a few of those right now. 7, 8 workers going down. The Adepts going to peel back away to the bottom side. And again, keep the chaos up with even more of reinforcing Adepts showing up. It's taking way too long for Solar to deal with.
Yeah, lovely little change up here out of Classic. And of course, Solar, by going for his Queen Ling attack, did delay his own Roaches or Baneling Nest, but still a great little move, as Classic is going to get 21 drone kills. He is down a little bit in army supply, but way up in worker supply. However, there's a lot of creep on the map. And there's quite a few Queens still alive as well. We have 6 Queens total. Spores are moving back. It's going to be Ravager Roachling with 6 Queens. What is there defensively? I think this third base is toast. I know this third base is toast. It's gone, Wardy. The third base is gone. There are 4 Oracles out, however. And off creep, 4 Oracles are probably going to be capable of dealing with 4 Queens.
Yeah, the Adept's going to keep up some counter pressure, keep some of the reinforcements away from Solar, so Solar's going to get damage done, but again has to stop further damage happening on his own side of the map at the same time, making this game a whole lot more complicated than it was just a few moments ago. There goes the Nexus. For the second time this game, the third base will not be allowed by Solar. So Classic has to sit back on 2 bases, and going into Temple Archives has Blink on the way, so he's on his way to tools that will help him with this. I'm just not quite there yet.
Yeah, I freaking love that these 2 Adepts managed to get 7 drone kills, because without that, I think he's going to be in a world of trouble. Queens have moved back pretty much all the way right now. They're going to try to save some of these Roaches and Ravagers. Not going to be capable of saving the Ravagers there. Creep spread, if it continues pushing in forward, might be capable of blocking the third base for a bit longer, which could be a pretty big deal, of course. Like, if you have a Queen Ling Roach defense, and you're fighting against someone on 2 bases, usually you're going to be fine. So it's pretty much a game of cat and mouse between the Tumor boys and the Adepts and the Oracles here, trying to deny that. Like, that 3rd base is so freaking important right now. It is crazy how important that 3rd base is.
Yep, starting to look very funky, really. I mean, we start the storm up. We do need to kind of reset, though, and Stalker's obviously stepping out. We do have pressure on the map from Classic as well, with those Oracles flying around. Just so many Oracles. I mean, he can laser down the Spore Crawler here quickly, and that's going to be a vulnerable mineral line. The moment to target fire, but he gets there in the end. Maybe the Hood Oracle can pull back, and the rest can continue to pressure, but even just lost mining time is still adding up, as Classic is just trying to scrape up any damage he can to offset the lack of his 3rd base currently.
Yeah, Solar is outmining his opponent by a little bit when it comes to the minerals. Gas count is actually behind. Has no upgrades coming up either. I don't even think he has an Evo chamber quite yet. So he has a lair, but nothing really else in the in the terms of tech. Creep spread, I mean, is just phenomenal. Like, it's just great. Creep spread has been great, will be great, will remain great. Queen's now moving out forward. I think Solar wants to go for a round. I guess this is round 3. He's gonna go with 6 queens, 8, yeah, 6 queens, that's 8 in total. Might actually just pull all of them forward, to be honest. So once again, resetting up that creep, has a lot of links, has a bunch of roaches, a couple of Ravagers in the mix as well. Needs to make sure that these Adepts can just run by into him, but this is going to be another scary push to have to deal with. There are Storms available this time, and that's going to be great defensively. Stalker count is also very healthy here, Wardy.
Very healthy indeed. A few more Stalkers warping in. Get ready to go. As you can see, the Roach Ravager Queen gathering up together. This army is ready to pop.
Port base on the way for Solar as well, but that's all fake. Double Storms are going to hit this army big time. Stalker count is still so good. I mean, it's impossible to go up this ramp here for Solar. There are Storms to zone, and there's so many Stalkers to clear these Roaches as well. Another Storm is going to hit smack bang in the middle. Bit of a blinking forward there. As more and more used to be taking out all these biles connected.
Nice biles, yeah. Biles were really important. They felt pretty necessary, as it felt like Solar's army was just going to get shoved back, but a couple nice biles helping. He's still just making more Ling Roach Ravager. I mean, it feels as though as long as you keep Storms available here, it's going to be so tough for Solar to really just break through this. As we do have the Storm coming down again. Queens and Ravagers taking some more damage. Just going to be having the +2 attack. The Storm is still building up. Batteries on the way in. And the Oracles on the other side are just going to go huge. Wow, because all the Queens are over here. So yeah, they're going to have freedom on the other side of the map. Amazing.
Yeah, that's a very big deal. I think we have 1 more Storm available here. 2 more Storms actually available here. Energy recharge is also once again on the menu as we get a Templar with about 100 energy in the mix. 6 workers go down. The Queens are pulled back. Ravager count is pretty decent, but without upgrades, without the ability to push up this ramp, I do believe that Solar is now in a real world of trouble as the Stalkers once again pull back up into the high ground. Oracles return back home, and where are the Queens? They're not here quite yet. Ravagers are falling at a rapid pace. Blinks in forward. Classic does as his supply is up by about 20. He's up by about 10 workers, and his +2 is about to finish as well. So he is ahead in absolutely everything.
GG. Classic going to take it 2-1. Pretty funky game number 3 to be played between these two. Definitely went a little bit one way than the other, but we got there in the end in favor of Classic, and he will get his shot to play against Clem here today. As Solar had his shot last week, didn't quite make it work. Classic will try his luck in the finals today against Clem, coming up in just a few